Hello everyone. Welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 2017 named Grid Game. In this problem, we are given a two-dimensional array of size 2 by n. Suppose the array is this, which is 2, 5, 4, 1, 5, 1. Now, we are given two robots. Both of the robots currently presented at top left position. Suppose in this position 2. Now, the first robot want to reach into the bottom right corner, which is this position 1. But it can go either right or either down. Now, similarly, second robot is also presented at this top left corner, and it also want to reach the bottom right corner. And the possible moves are right or down. Now, there are some points given into the given grid. Now, the first robot will begin its journey first, and it will try to maximize the point it will take. Suppose if the first robot follow this red path, then it will take 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1. That means it will take almost 13 amount of point. Now, the condition is after first robot reach to the destination point, which is the bottom right corner, all of the cell it has visited will become 0. That means it has already collected all the points. So that's why 0, 0, 0, and 0 is here for this red path. Now, after the first robot completed its traversal, then the second robot will try to reach to the bottom right corner. So the second robot wants to try to maximize its answer or its collected point. So here we can see that there are two possible ways such that the second robot can reach to the destination, but the optimal is by following this blue path, which is 0 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0, which is 4. So in this case, we have to return 4. Now, in the second example, if the first robot follow this red path, then all of the value becomes 0 in this red path, and the second robot will follow this blue path, which has the value 3 and 1. So here the answer will be 4. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's see how can you solve this problem. Now, this is a typical game theory problem. So here, let's assume we have a grid of 2 by 3. Now, we have two robots, robot 1 and robot 2. So first try to understand how many paths can the robot 1 make. So here, the robot 1 can follow this path. The robot 1 can follow this path. And the robot 1 can follow this path. So we can simply noticing that there are 3 possible ways such that the robot 1 can follow to reach its destination cell. Now, suppose the grid is large. Suppose it is 2 by 5. So here we can see that the robot 1 can follow this path to reach the destination, or it can follow this path, or it can follow this path. Similarly, it can follow this path, or it can follow this path. So there are 5 possible ways for the robot 1 to reach the destination cell. Now, let's assume the robot 1 takes this path, comes to this middle point of this first row, then go down, then reach to the destination cell. Now let's assume if this is the path of the robot 1. So if the robot 1 takes this path, then how many paths can the robot 2 make, which is the optimal? So here, the robot 2 can make 2 of the paths that are optimal. One is this, and another is this. So we can clearly noticing that there is a pattern. So here, till now, we have learned that if the robot 1 takes this red path, then there are 2 optimal way for this robot to reach the destination cell, which is the path mentioned in white color. One is this and another is this. Now, how can we solve this problem by using the mathematics or the prefix sum? Now here, we will take 2 variables. Suppose one is top and another is bottom. So what will these 2 variables do? Suppose the top variable initially will contain the summation of all of the elements presented in the top row. Suppose let's say all of the element has summation of 13. Let's say this 5 element has the summation of 13. Now, in each iteration, we have to iterate from left to right. And in each iteration, we will try to calculate the answer by using this top variable and this bottom variable. And in each iterations, we have to subtract the value of the corresponding element from the top, which is A of I. Because suppose if the robot 1 follow this path, that means for the robot 2, the remaining element is either this 4 element or this element. Similarly, if the robot follow this path, then the remaining element for this robot 2 is either these elements or these elements. So we can find this element by using the prefix sum, and we can find this element by simply adding to this point to the bottom variable. And finally, we have to return the answer. I hope you understood the algorithm and the basic concept. Now let's move on to the code. I will explain this algorithm better or in detail in the code explanation. Now here, we are given a function named gridGain, which has a parameter grid. Now, we have calculated the top sum. It is the summation of all the elements in the top row. And initially, the bottom sum will be 0. Now, we have taken a variable answer and initialized it with the long max. Now, we have to iterate each of the element from left to right of the given grid of the first row. Now, here, if at the current iterations, we have to subtract the corresponding first row element from the top sum and calculate the answer, which is the minimum of answer and maximum of top sum and bottom sum. And we have to, after that, increment the bottom sum value. And finally, we have to return the answer. I hope you understood the code. Now let's move on to the time and space complexity analysis of this program. In this program, the time complexity is big O of n because we have to iterate each element of the row, and the space complexity is big O of 1 because we are using only constant X-ray spaces to solve this problem. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.